in what was statistically the Leafs' best goaltending performance of the playoffs. Tonight's starting lineups brought to you by Diamond and Diamond Lawyers, Canada's largest personal injury law firm.
Is something positive to build off.
David Kampf on the draw. Sam Bennett wins it. Tkachuk trying to play it to the net. That bounced into the corner. Kampf playing in his first game since April 2nd. Nate Schmidt puts it right on goal. Loose puck knocked away. Here's Max Domi absorbing the hit from Bennett. Sending it back to the line for Tanev. Robertson checks back in. McCabe's got room. Out in front of the net. Domi with a whack at it. And the backhand stopped. Knocked past him. And Florida's going to get out. Barkov ahead. And here comes a chance for Verhaeghe. And he lets that off the post.
A good outlet pass there by Barkov with speed to Verhaeghe. And how about this curl and drag around the stick of William Nylander? And that one great.
Verhaeghe leading Florida in points in the series with 5. And that goal turned out to be the 11th game winner of his postseason career. Here's Lundell testing Wall. And the puck cleared from the front of the net by Pacioretty. Back it comes to Ekblad. Lost it. Nylander. He's in. William Nylander. And Bobrovsky to stop.
This is a tough play to make as the pass comes in right into his feet. Great job by Nylander poking it through and then focusing on skating early.
And now Greer turns back. Little flip out at center ice. Nosek tried to come out with it, but knocked away by McCabe. In on that far side is Boquist. His bad angle shot bounced in front. Boquist taking the spot of Evan Rodriguez on the top line tonight. Rodriguez shaken up on the hit by Ekman Larson. Here comes a chip. Reinhart. Glove stop. Now Benoit with an outlet. Matthews bounced off the puck. Here's Aaron Ekblad shooting, and it's blockered away by Wall. Bennett with the recovery. That bounces across the high slot, and Benoit up with it there. He takes a jolt from Ekblad. Again, Wall venturing out, plays it around, and Lorentz off the board, but that's knocked down. Here's a shot by Tkachuk, and Wolo. What the result is here tonight. Lundell over the line, following up, and Wall. Florida able to play it ahead, and here's Speedy Boquist, and that'll be shrugged away by Wall. Rebound, Reinhart, and another, and Wall just got the end of the stick on that. Joseph Wall has been sharp so far. Going to be tested again, perhaps. And that shot scores. Aaron Ekblad has opened the scoring for the Panthers.
Well, there's an example of just winning all the loose puck battles. The rest, a lot of speed through the neutral zone again. Boquist gets that first shot on goal. The rebound's in play. And how about Reinhart out of midair knocks that one. But then it's the loose puck battles. You got 3 Leafs against 1, and it's Barkov who wins the first battle. Morgan Riley can't get control. A nice little bounce back there by Reinhart. He knows he can't control the puck. Ekblad just puts it to an area up and over the shoulder of Wall.
There is Tavares, tied up once again. Up along the boards, it comes loose for Marner. In front of the net, Michael's one. Rebound, Bobrovsky got across and robbed Matthew Nyes.
Here's the best chance, a little bit of a waffler puck, but watch him get it the pad right inside the post. Not even just back to the post, but made sure got it anchored on the inside and slid right. Florida got their transition game going, and they got some speed there, and you've got to try to turn that. I think for the Maple Leafs, just being down by 1 is a pretty good.
David Kampf on the move. Looks Rick wide. Nylander fired that. Off the shoulder of Bobrovsky. Kampf works it loose. Off the post. That one fired off the post.
Bobrovsky coming right down the middle there is Button. And
now Matthew Tkachuk knocked down with a high stick by Benoit. Verhaeghe up with it. Bennett across, and here's Tkachuk. Nate Schmidt. A one-timer. Kulikov scores off a stick. And another Florida defenseman has scored. It's 2-0 Panthers.
And there's nobody in front of Wall here. Just Bennett keeps it alive. The battle by Tkachuk gets it to the point. And no chance for Wall on that one. As Lawton Almost maybe thought that he could get that with his stick the whole way, but the power of that shot just buckled it and puts it up and over the elbow of Joseph Wall.
Ekman Larson around. Here's Marner on this right side, swinging out to center, unable to connect, and Reinhart back in with Boqvist in front and scores! Jesper Boqvist, and it's 3-0 Florida.
Well, this place is about as quiet as so a no-look backhand pass that creates three guys trapped in the middle. And how about the patience of Bennett there, just waiting and waiting. And he goes Reinhart there. He's looking, surveying, what's the option? Boqvist gets his opportunity to go up with the top line with Rodriguez out. And you tape-to-tape pass underneath the toe of Joseph Wall. And just like that, it's a 3-0 game.
Trying to get something going here. Look at Mikkola in deep for Florida. 6:06 left here in the second. Tanev trying to work it ahead. He's checked. Fires back. Mikkola scores! Another defenseman goal for the Florida Panthers.
With Jones' stick, but another turnover in the zone. You know, the pressure of Florida right now is just wreaking havoc, and this is one for Joseph Wall. You got to have it. I mean, that's one. Nobody in front. And the Panthers bench is to show that your will is there and your battle is there. This is a really important period for the Toronto Maple Leafs. I mean, whether you win the game or are able to come back or not, you've got to find some positives can change in a playoff series.
It's knocked down by Nyes, trying to charge in. Matthew Nyes stopped. A rebound stopped. And a penalty coming up.
One of those guys who brings the energy. Good job of pressuring here. Knocks it out of midair. Uses his speed to the outside to get inside position on Mikkola. But how about Bobrovsky again? Knows that Nyes is getting pressure. There's the stick into the hand area. That's the call.
Marchand rolling it through. Kachuk to the net. Off the post. And up onto the netting.
And here's his best chance. Just gain the zone, little support pass. Tries to go short side, up and out. 16 games without a goal for Kachuk against the Maple Leafs.
Shots 25-24 for the visitors. The shot count doesn't tell the story here tonight. That one knocked out in front, scores! And now it's a 5-goal Florida lead. As that one took a bite out of Jake McCabe in front.
See McCabe reacting as it hit him. Another icing call as the fourth line that was put together in game 3. All three joined the lineup, and here's the shot through. Yeah, you could see McCabe. Tanev looking up, thinking of a high stick. Let's have a look as this one goes through. The deflection. Oh, it wasn't a high stick, it was the puck. And how about Greer on the doorstep?
29-21 in his Stanley Cup playoff career. Here's a chance. Bennett scores. Make it 6. And it's a power play goal for Florida.
Well, it's the battle for the loose puck again, and this time off the faceoff. You know, it's a 50-50 play here. And you can see Ekblad and Marchand get there at the same time. I think they both get a piece of the puck, and it pops right to Bennett on his own. And
red line and fires it in. Domi, Lorentz, and Robertson. Back to Riley. His shot tipped by Domi. Up high. Stayed in play. Lorentz. Domi. Centers. Robertson scores. Shutout is broken. And Nick Robertson
in the offensive zone for the Leafs. A bouncing puck. Robertson gets himself to the front of the net. Just a little cycle. Domi back and through the legs of Kristerainen. Past Bobrovsky's path.
First playoff goal for Nick Robertson since the bubble, and his first NHL goal against the Columbus Blue Jackets. And Bobrovsky comes 66 seconds away from being the first Panther goaltender. Kulikov across. Doesn't look like they're going to even try and attempt a shot to add to the totals tonight. It goes into the books as a thorough 6-1